Hey, everybody, what is going on? So, we are less than 2 weeks away from the 2024 NFL draft. And things have been relatively quietly lately over the last, say, a week or two, with the exception of a few moves here and there. But I want to talk today about my mock draft for the New York Jets, and I'm going to do the New York Giants too. Okay. I'm going to do it with a condition. This draft is one of two. Today's draft is going to be assuming that they keep their picks and don't move any of them. This is what I have them mocked at. I'm going to do it again about a week later, the week of the draft, and I'm going to include trades. So to see the different possibilities and anything that might happen between this time and now. Okay, so if you're a fan, especially if you're a Jets fan or football fan, and you're not subscribed to this channel, hit that sub button, hit that notification too. I'd love to know what your thoughts are, one way or the other. You're a Jets fan, Giants fan, and what your thoughts are in terms of who they will pick, who they should pick, and so on. So I'm very much looking forward to your feedback. So I'm going to give you all my picks for the Jets, and I'm going to move over to the Giants. Let's get into it right now. So Jets pick first, 10th. Okay, first round pick for the 10th. Number 10 pick, I have them picking Brock Bowers, tight end from the University of Georgia. Now, they could, I've seen some mocks where, Rome Odunze from Washington might be a valuable pick. He might be a viable pick. He might be wide receiver. And would I be surprised if they might were wide receiver? Not really. But they did bring in Mike Williams in free agency. So this is where I can see them complementing that and Garrett Wilson with a tight end who's a serious playmaker. Okay, somebody who can really, really affect the offense here, boost the offense, and give Aaron Rodgers another very, very dangerous weapon to throw to. Okay, because now, would I be surprised if they added a wide receiver? No. Okay, I'll just say that again. But I do think it makes more sense for them now to add playmakers. They went heavy in free agency on the offensive line, heavy in free agency on the defensive line, and add a couple of weapons offensively too. Okay, and they've also replaced Bryce Huff at the edge, at the pass rush. So they've been very, very busy. But I think the opportunity to get some playmakers here on the offensive side and the defensive side is probably going to be what the Jets are going to go for. And to me, Brock Bowers is a bigger playmaker at this point and addressing a bigger need than Rome Odunze from Washington. So University of Washington. Now I cannot see them getting Marvin Harrison. I can't see them trading it that far because he's probably going to be a top 3 or top 4 pick. Okay, I just can't see it happening, but that would be for another video. So Brock Bowers is my pick for first round for the Jets. Now, there's no second round pick. So they could trade at some point to add a second round pick. We'll see. I'll talk about that in the next mock draft. So next one, I've gotten a third round pick. Okay. Number 72, I've got him picking Tyler Nubin as a safety from Minnesota, University of Minnesota. Again, yes, they brought in Ashton Davis recently, adding to the safety depth position. But in terms of playmakers, this guy's known as a legitimate playmaker, and I can see them adding another playmaker at the safety position who would probably be an upgrade over most of the safeties they have now. So, and most of the playmakers they've added recently have been on the defensive side, with the exception of Garrett Wilson, offensive wide receiver. So, Tyler Nubin, I think, would represent a good wide receiver. And this, you get a playmaker at tight end, you get a playmaker at safety, covering both sides of the ball. To me, that's a good route for the Jets. Okay. Next, they have 2 fourth-round picks. Okay. This is number 111, pick 111. This is Blake Fisher, an offensive tackle from Notre Dame. I don't think they're done on addressing the offensive line. I do think they're probably going to add former teammate of Aaron Rodgers and a good friend from David Bakhtiari from Green Bay Packers. I could see them adding him. They've talked about it. It sounds they might do a low-key signing, probably on a 1-year deal. And most of the guys that they brought in on the offensive line this year have been on a 1-year deal. So another stabilizing piece to use as a building block beyond these guys would be a good idea. This is where I think Blake Fisher is a good fit from University of Notre Dame, pick 111. Pick 134 in the 4th round, okay, is another offensive player. Since I didn't have them drafting a wide receiver in the 1st round, I've got them drafting a wide receiver in round 4. Brandon Rice from USC, okay, giving them another weapon. And I'd rather complement like Brandon Rice with Brock Bowers than just Rome Odunze alone, giving them a wide receiver and a tight end if I can do that. So this, to me, gives them another wide receiver to complement the wide receiver wide receivers they already have, he would be obviously probably a number 3 or number 4, but that would add another playmaking weapon for the offense to throw to. So now they don't have any 5th-round picks right now. So they got a 6. They're a 6th-rounder, okay? They do need a developmental quarterback behind Aaron Rodgers. At some point, they've got a plan beyond Aaron Rodgers. And they've got Tyrod Taylor for 2 years as well. But what's the answer beyond that? Okay, this is Jordan Travis, quarterback from Florida State University. Now, they could go in a couple different directions, but I could see a developmental pick right now in the 6th round would probably be a good guy to just sit back and just watch and learn from Tyrod Taylor, learn from Aaron Rodgers, and develop in the meantime, okay, on a pretty good offensive team at FSU. So that's why I have in the 6th-round pick. Now, they've got 2 7-rounders, okay? 2. Okay, here is Gabe Hall's defensive tackle from Baylor, adding to that defensive attack as well, right? They've already added multiple weapons there, but getting another guy developmental, because some of the defensive guys they brought in have been on 1-year deals as well. So drafting somebody who could be a replacement piece, a building block for the defensive line, is a good idea. Gabe Hall represents that piece. And then the final pick, 256 and 257. Okay, this is Marcellus Dial, is a cornerback from the University of South Carolina, adding to the defensive backfield. Okay, so those are my Jets picks. Those are my Jets mock draft. Okay, they had 7 picks. The Giants have 6 picks. Okay, so you let me know what your feedback is and what your thoughts are on the Jets. But let's move over to the Giants now. Their 1st-round pick to me, number 6, Dallas Turner, edge from the University of Alabama, a playmaker. I don't see them getting J.J. McCarthy. I think they're going to have to trade up for him. If he's available at 6, it would make sense to take him, but I don't see him falling to 6. J.J. McCarthy was probably the best fit to me if they were going to draft a quarterback in the 1st round. But you might see 4 quarterbacks in the first 5 picks. So, and Dallas Turner would represent the serious complement to what they've already boosted on the defense this offseason in free agency. So he'd be my 1st-round pick at number 6. They have 2nd-round pick, 47. This is where I could see them getting a quarterback to complement, to challenge Daniel Jones. Michael Penix, quarterback from the University of Washington. Okay. He's the guy that threw the ball to Rome Odunze all those years. Lefty quarterback. And again, it's becoming pretty clear that unless they draft a quarterback in the 2nd round, they may even trade up to try to get a quarterback in the back of the 1st round. You never know. But it's becoming pretty apparent that Daniel Jones is not the answer, at least in their view. So I see them bringing in somebody like Michael Penix to complement Daniel Jones, to challenge Daniel Jones. Okay. Now to the 3rd-round pick, this is Michael Hall, a defensive tackle from Ohio State, adding to that defensive attack too. Okay. Again, legitimate defensive line and offensive at Ohio State. They've always got a legitimate offensive attack and a legitimate defensive attack. So this is a valuable building block for the Giants to surround around who they already have here. So Michael Hall, pick number 70 in the 3rd round. Now we're going to go to the 4th round, pick 107. This is DJ James, a cornerback from Auburn, into the defensive backfield. Okay, another defensive weapon. So that gives you 3 defensive picks in the first 4 picks for the Giants, in my opinion. 3 defenders in the first 4 picks. But that would really revolutionize that defensive attack, especially what they've already brought into free agency too. Now we'll go back to the offense here. Okay, 5th round, 166. This is Walter Rouse, offensive tackle from Oklahoma. Whether it's Michael Penix, whether it's Daniel Jones, no matter who's handing the ball off, they need as much protection for the quarterback as possible. Daniel Jones didn't get enough protection last year. We need to protect the quarterback as much as possible. And Walter Rouse represents another building block for that offensive line for the Giants. Okay, and lastly, in the 6th round, pick 183, A.J. Bamer. This is a tight end from the University of Michigan, the championship team, national champs, University of Michigan Wolverines. Having a tight end for the quarterback to throw to, another offensive weapon. So I see the Jets getting a tight end. I see the Giants getting a tight end too. So that's my mock draft for the Jets for the Giants. You let me know what your thoughts are one way or another in the comments. I'm really, really curious to know what you think. And again, I'm going to mock it again, but now I'm going to include trades. And I might even do mocks with some fans from other teams as well. I've got a couple of people who might want to mock the Eagles and Dallas Cowboys. So I might do a mocking for the next couple of weeks. So it'll be fun one way or the other. So no matter what team you root for, let me know in the comments as well. And but give me your feedback on this one way or the other. Jets, Giants, happy, not happy? Who do you think they should bring in? Who do you think they will bring in? And who should trade up and trade down? That's going to be the next video. So stay tuned. Make sure you sub to the channel. I'll see you next time.